G'day, welcome to part 3 of the 110 Rock Crawler diff maintenance series. In this part I will be doing the maintenance and repairs to the rear diff, and I will also be making a bit of an error. Well, it's an easy thing to do, bearings can be touchy, but yeah, I'll let you get into the video for that one. Anyway, suffice to say that it's not insurmountable and would have needed replacement anyway. And, enough of that. Let's get straight into it here, and as you can see, I already have with the montage of taking it apart. This repair job really did take up a lot of time, but it highlights a number of things you need to look out for when we're doing this kind of thing, and hopefully I can help someone else, or maybe I can get some tips off someone out there. Because, there are times when I'm learning as I go, it's a natural thing, natural part of the process. Anyhow, without further ado, and any more of me waffling on, I'll let you get on with the video, and I hope you enjoy it. Here I'm cleaning off the gears with an old toothbrush. I recommend that you grab these cheap, $1, $2 toothbrushes at the $1 store or Salvos or wherever else you can pick them up and use them for this kind of thing. If you were going to do it absolutely 100% properly, you would strip off the bearings and separate them and wash off the gears in a degreaser and give them a thorough cleaning to remove absolutely all the grit that may be on them. But this process is good enough to get any large chunks out of there, and due to the fact that I'm going to be opening these up to put in new bearings when they arrive, I'm not too worried. Alright, so just been buggering about with these bearings. If you're trying to get bearings out in the being a bugger, you just need to do is be patient. I want to repack these with grease best as possible. Slowly coming out. Get in there and don't go crazy on it. I'll be able to use the axle to tease it up a bit. Rinse and repeat. There we go. It's in pretty good state, that. Alright, so there's one to repack. Get this one out. Matter of patiently tapping. Till you destroy the bearing. I may have destroyed that bearing. Who wants to try reassembling? Honestly, no. Just having a little think about this, it seems to me that the fastest way for me to get back out in the mud is to use my spare rear axle and take my time cleaning and sorting out my old back axle. So I'm going to do that. So what I have to do with that is I have to adjust this this gear inside here and make it run smoother, and that's all. Okay, coffee break. Let's pull this apart and Loctite this, set the position of the gear and Loctite the retaining bolts in place. Because if I remember correctly, that was the reason that I first opened these plates, because something was rattling around inside. One of those bolts on the retaining plates that had come off. Look, she's bone dry. absolutely dry. Well, in that case, I think I'm going to have to do a little bit more than I was anticipating. But it mostly involves greasing stuff up. Okay, there we go, ready for greasing. Now that can go to the side just for a minute, because I have got more greasing to do, but I don't really want to mix grease and Loctite together more than is necessary. So I'm going to just grease these up, cap them in. So the other A-frame's already on the cup. Let's do this. Oops, forgot 2 screws. Okay, so we're back at the bench now, and excuse me. And I've got my diffs over here ready to go back on, but before I do that I want to attach my lead plate here and see about attaching my half a kilo of steel up at the back. There's some counterweight for you. Okay. Okay, well, I'm having a good day with cameras today. Anyway, moving on. Okay, we're going to glue this back on. Now those two have been heat treated and glued back on. So what we have to do is do. I'm gonna do by itself. Do I want an extra 250 grams on there? That's nice and centered. That's pretty far back. Pretty tempted to run it as is. Little spider. What are you doing, little spider? It's not your home, buddy. Real malware back. Because they're like tiny and white. What is it? Oh no, it's not. Tiny little spider. It's probably a little bugger who's been biting me. Somebody's been biting me. Probably this little bugger here. Anyhow. I'm going to try out the spider some more. Do a bit of tightening up and get the wheels back on it. Right, just before I tighten up the bolts on the wheels, if anyone's wondering about this, it's you know, Binamese, B-I-N-A-M-I, Binamese of boats. It's one of those things, like for holding those up, you know, the little joins. Works as a great trailer hitch. And for anyone who, I mean, I've seen stuff that looks cooler. And I'm not saying that I have arthritis in my hands, because I don't, but if anyone had arthritis, that'd be a great RC trailer hitch. Anywho, that's all put back together. I'm gonna slap a battery in it and listen to a spin of wheels. Might be able to get outside. It's pretty well going to be dark in 15 minutes, so I might get to go for a little spin, but might just have a nice little cruise to myself. Maybe I won't. Could try finishing that haul, but I think I'll do that tomorrow. I'll just take it out for a test drive now. I did. I went out and did the slow-mo shots you've been seeing through this repair maintenance series. Unfortunately, something happened to the ECS. I don't know what, and it just flat out stopped working, died. And I'm not sure what it's done to the rest of electronics. It might have done some damage because the gear changing servo went to neutral position, and it doesn't do that normally. It just sits where it was left. Anyhow, after a bit of diagnosis, I checked my own wiring. I thought it might have been a break there because I'm the worst technician that's worked on it, of course, on all the parts, but maybe anyway. But you know, nothing. I tried another ECS at the end of the white line, and yeah, that worked fine. But it's not a censored one, so unfortunately I can't use it for crawling with any real efficacy. Yeah, so I've written Castle, and hopefully I'll hear back from them soon. It's not looking likely, given that everything's on lockdown over there in the States. Anyway, look, I hope everyone's well there at Castle and everyone stays well. And please get back to me. I want to get my truck back on the road. Oh, I'm upset. Anyway, look, I hope you really enjoyed the video series, and if you did, like and subscribe, and be sure to have a great day.